MOC, of course, moment of clarity. It's
Mokies.
Prince K.
and Shagahanu. And we're back again to discuss shacking up. In case you're not clear on the definition of shacking up, it basically is when two people who are in a relationship are living together, cohabiting,
Okay.
without.
Vocabulary.
You know what I'm
Economics.
saying? I'm in college. I gotta sound smart sometimes.
All right. It's that sociology degree.
Oh, damn, what was I? Oh, yeah, cohabiting without being wed, married, putting a ring on it.
If you liked it.
Yeah, if you like it.
I left my ring downstairs.
Sometimes if you don't like it. Sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, that's another story. Um. So yeah, basically, what's you two guys' feelings on shacking up?
Oh, don't
Deal
make it so
with-
obvious.
What do you mean?
Well, yeah. I'm more of a,
because we're different.
I'm a religious person, so I don't the two people living together before they're married. I mean, I frown upon it a little bit, not as much as I used to in the past. I mean, sometimes you got to live, with people, but I feel like as two people in a relationship, you get what I mean. There's
A need for space.
there's a need for space, yeah, and you lose your sort of independence when you kind of live together, because now you're too relationship oriented, and sometimes you don't grow as a person. I know for me, I mean I'm 21. You want to develop as two separate people in the relationship before like you just go ahead and link. And I feel like as in a house, you're already a unit. You get what I mean? It's almost like you're already a married couple kind of. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you haven't established your individuality outside the relationship most of the time, and you're living together under the same roof, and sometimes it could just cause problems, because certain things come up in a relationship that you didn't know was an issue.
Not to mention what happens when you break up.
That were an issue that you
know.
yeah that were an
Yeah.
issue that maybe had you could have dealt with before you lived together, and then have these kind of things dealt with before you get together. I personally don't agree with it, because of the sheer fact that like sometimes things go awry.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much my view on it is the same way Charles put it. I mean, I can see why people do it because they maybe want no, they don't want to have to spend the money or spend the time having to get or travel to see one another. But at the same time, to do it before marriage, I don't know. It just doesn't sit well because like Charles said, things go awry. Then there's that tension between two people. Not to mention, so if there's a tension and then you always have to see each other in the same place all the time, it just doesn't work well.
Right. Yeah, in case you haven't noticed from my expression, body language, all that, they're over here. I'm way the fuck over here somewhere on this topic because I'm like, if you wanna cohabitate, yeah. If you wanna cohabitate, then go ahead and do it. Fuck it, why not? I mean, if you're gonna live together, then live together. Pretty much, that's all I really got. Why wouldn't you? I mean, if that's what you want to do, then, in case you haven't noticed, I'm a very, if that's what you want to do, if that's your decision, then do it type of person. So, I mean, if things go awry, then things go awry. I mean, then you handle it when they do, if they do. But if they don't, then what's the problem?
Well, see, there's to me the difference arises, right? Say like I'm with my girlfriend, all right.
Yes.
and we live in a house.
Yes.
It's sort of a different situation than when you're married. Because usually, if people choose to get married, they've already worked out their problems. You know what you're getting into. A lot of times, how many times have you had a girlfriend or a boyfriend for the other people out there?
Oh.
Not for anybody in here, I hope. Um, I mean, because there's more than just men in the audience.
No.
And so, and like, you're with that person, right?
Mhm.
And you're with them, you're like, everything's going great, and then all of a sudden, like, something comes up, and you're like, oh my goodness, this quality is very annoying, that person. If your goal is marriage, by the time you get to that point, you've already figured that thing out and thought of a way to deal with it, right? Whereas in the cohabitation thing, you tend to avoid it because you want to keep the peace in there, so you never really learn how to deal with the conflict. Now, don't get me wrong, if two people decide to cohabitate, or cohabitate, however you say it, and they're gonna be together for 15 years, whatever, I don't see no problem with it. But a lot of times people just kind of just rush in and move with each other because they think, oh, we'll get to know each other better and stuff. That you should already know each other and know what's going on before you get in the house.
I mean, yeah, let me clear this up before people start attacking me. I'm not saying, like, if you two just got together, like, last week. I'm not saying
not
that.
even 3 months ago.
I'm not saying
you
that
should
either.
be together for years before I think you start living together.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's different, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but even then, I feel like even without the whole institution of marriage thing, it's just a psychological thing because your mindset changes.
That's so true.
It's just a psychological.
When you live with someone all the time, you're very hesitant to approach certain conflicts that the two of you have, as opposed to if you lived apart. No, like what he said is very true, especially in relationships.
Who ate my damn cereal? It's only me and you living here. I know you did it.
But the thing is,
you
deal with conflicts differently.
Right.
Like when you're living, because you want to kind of keep the peace. Well, that's you. But you're thinking about.
You don't want to come to a house.
Most
people don't want to come to a house where it's filled with
negative
vibes. So they try to avoid confrontation at all costs. For the most part. But obviously that also depends on the characters of the two people that are in the relationship as well. So
anything else to say?
Nah, man. Cohabitation.
I mean, we want to get a different view. So
I mean, like I said, I don't mean if you just got together like last month or like 6 months ago or something like that. I mean,
some people just
take
it to the extreme.
I mean, if you have something solid going, is what I mean, and you decide to cohabit, then
if there's a strong foundation in the relationship.
That's what I mean. Then sure.
Obviously, I don't see the problem with it if there's a strong foundation in the relationship.
Plus, and I mean, my view might be a little skewed because my whole view of the whole institution of marriage is a question mark right now. But that might be affecting my point of view, but I don't know.
Alright, so it seems that the biggest issue with the whole cohabiting, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, is how developed the relationship is, or how it develops once this happens or doesn't happen, and how the relationship continues. Once again, we'd like your feedback. Don't just tell us whether you disagree or whether you agree.
Explain your answer.
the situation, what entails the situation for you, and why you disagree with it. We'd like to
see the comments that say I disagree.
The end.
Yeah. Final, period. Infidels.
Get from here.
Get from here. Go away.
Go away.
Go away.
Go away. We don't like you.
And with that being said,